My fellow Americans, I'm speaking to you tonight from behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office. In this sacred space, I'm surrounded by portraits of extraordinary American presidents. Thomas Jefferson wrote the immortal words that guide this nation. George Washington, who showed us presidents are not kings. Abraham Lincoln, who implored us to reject malice. Franklin Roosevelt, who inspired us to reject fear. I revere this office, but I love my country more. It's been the honor of my life to serve as your president. But in the defense of democracy, which is at stake, I think it's more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people. But this sacred task of perfecting our union is not about me. It's about you, your families, your futures. It's about we, the people. We can never forget that. And I never have. I've made it clear that I believe America is at an inflection point. One of those rare moments in history when the decisions we make now will determine our fate of our nation and the world for decades to come. America's going to have to choose between moving forward or backward, between hope and hate, between unity and division. We have to decide, do we still believe in honesty, decency, respect, freedom, justice, and democracy? In this moment, we can see those we disagree with not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. Can we do that? Does character in public life still matter? I believe I know the answer to these questions because I know you, the American people. And I know this, we are a great nation because we are good people. When you elected me to this office, I promised to always level with you, to tell you the truth. And the truth, the sacred cause of this country is larger than any one of us. And those of us who cherish that cause, cherish it so much, a cause of American democracy itself, must unite to protect it. You know, in recent weeks, it's become clear to me that I need to unite my party in this critical endeavor. I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation. You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now. Over the next 6 months, I'll be focused on doing my job as president. That means I'll continue to lower costs for hardworking families, grow our economy. I'll keep defending our personal freedoms and our civil rights, from the right to vote to the right to choose. I'll keep calling out hate and extremism. Make it clear there is no place in America for political violence or any violence ever, period. I'm going to keep speaking out to protect our kids from gun violence, our planet from climate crisis that is the existential threat. And I will keep fighting for my cancer moonshot so we can end cancer as we know it, because we can do it. And I'm going to call for Supreme Court reform because this is critical to our democracy, Supreme Court reform. You know, I will keep working to ensure America remains strong and secure and the leader of the free world. I'm the first president in this century to report to the American people that the United States is not at war anywhere in the world. We'll keep rallying a coalition of proud nations to stop Putin from taking over Ukraine and doing more damage. We'll keep NATO stronger, and I'll make it more powerful and more united than any time in all of our history. I'll keep doing the same for our allies in the Pacific. You know, when I came to office, the conventional wisdom was that China would inevitably surpass the United States. That's not the case anymore. And I'm going to keep working to end the war in Gaza, bring home all the hostages, and bring peace and security to the Middle East and end this war. We're also working around the clock to bring home Americans being unjustly detained all around the world. You know, we've come so far since my inauguration. On that day, I told you, as I stood in that winter, we stood in a winter of peril and a winter of possibilities. Peril and possibilities. We were in the grip of the worst pandemic in a century. The worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. The worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. But we came together as Americans, and we got through it. We emerged stronger, more prosperous, and more secure. Today we have the strongest economy in the world, creating nearly 16 million new jobs, a record. Wages are up. Inflation continues to come down. The racial wealth gap is the lowest it's been in 20 years. We're literally rebuilding our entire nation, urban, suburban, rural, and tribal communities. Manufacturing has come back to America. We're leading the world again in chips and science and innovation. We finally beat Big Pharma after all these years to lower the cost of prescription drugs for seniors. And I'm going to keep fighting to make sure we lower the cost for everyone, not just seniors. More people have health care today in America than ever before. And I signed one of the most significant laws helping millions of veterans and their families who are exposed to toxic materials. You know, the most significant climate law ever in the history of the world. The first major gun safety law in 30 years. And today, the violent crime rate is at a 50-year low. We're also securing our border. Border crossings are lower today than when the previous administration left office. I've kept my commitment to appoint the first black woman to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. I also kept my commitment to have an administration that looks like America and be a president for all Americans. That's what I've done. I ran for president 4 years ago because I believed and still do that the soul of America was at stake. The very nature of who we are was at stake. And that's still the case. America's an idea. An idea stronger than any army, bigger than any ocean, more powerful than any dictator or tyrant. It's the most powerful idea in the history of the world. That idea is that we hold these truths to be self-evident. We're all created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. We've never fully lived up to it, to this sacred idea, but we've never walked away from it either. And I do not believe the American people will walk away from it now. In just a few months, the American people will choose the course of America's future. I made my choice. I've made my views known. I would like to thank our great Vice President, Kamala Harris. She's experienced, she's tough, she's capable. She's been an incredible partner to me and a leader for our country. Now the choice is up to you, the American people. When you make that choice, remember the words of Benjamin Franklin hanging on my wall here in the Oval Office, alongside the busts of Dr. King and Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez. When Ben Franklin was asked, as he emerged from the convention going on, whether the founders have given America a monarchy or republic, Franklin's response was, a republic, if you can keep it. A republic, if you can keep it. Whether we keep our republic is now in your hands. My fellow Americans, it's been the privilege of my life to serve this nation for over 50 years. Nowhere else on earth could a kid with a stutter, from modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claymont, Delaware, one day sit behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office as President of the United States. But here I am. That's what's so special about America. We're a nation of promise and possibilities, of dreamers and doers, of ordinary Americans doing extraordinary things. I've given my heart and my soul to our nation, like so many others. I've been blessed a million times in return with the love and support of the American people. I hope you have some idea how grateful I am to all of you. The great thing about America is here, kings and dictators do not rule, the people do. History is in your hands. The power is in your hands. The idea of America lies in your hands. We just have to keep faith, keep the faith, and remember who we are. We're the United States of America, and there's simply nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. So let's act together, preserve our democracy. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you.
So Sleepy Joe, man. Sleepy Joe finally speaks on, why he is resigning, why he quit from being the president, and passed the torch to Kamala Harris. It's a few things, bro. Just a few points I want to make and a few things I want to really point out. Y'all see I'm still on vacay right now, but I know y'all been like, nigga, come on, put some reactions, put some other content. I've been going IRL live, but I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look out for y'all. So smash that like, smash the like. So he says, we are not at war for the first time since, I don't remember what the fuck he said, but for in a long time. Now, I don't know if he just meant like physically we not at war, as far as like we, but if you ask a lot of people, they'll say, how the hell we not at war when we funding some wars? You know, if you don't know, do your homework, brothers and sisters. We funding war. Is that not like, I just want to know y'all opinion. I'm just pointing out some things, you know what I'm saying? That's contributing. Just a question, and another thing, it's like, is it me or was he sneak dissing Trump? Which I'm not surprised because they ops, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote. But the whole, we have to protect democracy thing, like who is he talking about? I mean, besides, okay, you can say Putin if he come over here and try to take over, whatever. I'm talking about like, because that's been the narrative, that Trump is going to, destroy democracy and we're going to become super tyrant company. I mean, I said company, I'm sorry. Country and dictatorship. That's the word I was looking for, I'm sorry. Dictatorship. Because that's definitely like what I felt like he was saying for sure. Yeah, definitely. In my opinion, that's just me. I did see him still having kind of problems reading, which the man's old, you know what I'm saying? And I respect him for stepping down just in general because like what he was saying was, look, nigga, I'm not in condition to run this shit no more. Right? Now, I don't know if he got cancer. I've been seeing people saying he's sick. I don't know. He did speak on trying to, eliminate cancer, which I don't know how that's going to happen because you can literally get that from using the phone, eating meats, do radio waves, microwave. Like it's so many emissions in the air from pollution. There's so many ways to get cancer. It's crazy. Smoking cigs, like whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Maybe he just, going for that. Let me know, y'all. I'm just bringing these things. Like, I'm not saying none of this is for sure. I'm just trying to see and let me know. Flood the comments, y'all, because I know that people are really interested in this, and this is a thing for the country and for the world, because in reality, we are the biggest in the world, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the most popular, the most money, everybody want to come to America, whatever. So I know it's going to be other people from other countries on here. I just feel like, I don't want to speak illy how men, I just feel like they like, listen, we ain't going to be able to beat Trump with Sleepy Joe. And some of y'all said he was on some AI. I think that was just him. I think he just got some sleep and drank some coffee. And you know what I mean? He's well rested. That's just me. I don't think he's AI. But it's like, they like, fuck it. The only way we can win, we got to get Kamala Harris. But let me say this about Kamala Harris now. She put away a lot of people for marijuana. and she laughed about it. So we're gonna get to her too. We're gonna that's a separate video, but I got questions for Kamala too, because I ain't convinced. You know what I'm saying? I'm not convinced that Kamala is the answer. I'm just gonna be honest. I know a lot of y'all, and I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying I'm not. I need convincing. After I seen Hillary Clinton get caught lying, and her when she was running, because I was going for Hillary, like, yeah, you know, first woman president, even though we know Bill Clinton, we know some foul shit that the Clintons did or whatever. But I'm like, yo, she got to free some other, like, Kamala gonna have to do some, we better be getting some federally legal marijuana. We need people free. That's the whole other thing. I just feel like they like, fuck it, man. If we got to have a woman be the president, we'll do it, because I'm not saying there's not no men out there that's not for this, but a lot of men, especially politicians and people that's really into politics or people that fund that, they don't want to see no women running shit. I done heard them say it. We hear people say shit in silence. You be in them circles. You hear what people say. You might be one of those people. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. It's like hit the red button, fucking go. Let the black women run it, or whatever, mixed black women, India, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Let her run it, fuck it, we don't care. We just can't have him run it, type shit, I think. How do y'all feel about that? But I guess it's official, bro. Sleepy Joe, man. 6 more months, and we're gonna see how this go. I know some of y'all want Trump. I know some of y'all want Kamala. But regardless of who you want, I want you to go in the comments and tell me the reason you want whoever to be the president, or why they shouldn't be the president. And let me know other things about how you feel about him saying this, we ain't in no war. But a lot of people, you know what's going on. If you know what's going on, I'm getting deep into it. We're funding war. And I'm not no super big political dude, but this is important. And are you going to vote? Because I got my rights back. And just because I don't care if Kamala black, if she a woman, I still need to be convinced before I vote for whoever I vote for, whether it's Trump, Kamala, Bomala, Stamala, or Chamala, or whoever the fuck. I'm just making up names. But y'all let me know in the comments below, man. This is America. Like, comment, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe.